Okay, so today we're going to talk about lighting for your layout and how to do it probably the cheapest way. And what I'm using right now are LED lighting. I'm putting this in all the places that buildings don't come pre-wired with lights, or under my bridges, underneath the trolley. And these have become very economical. This one is about 60 to 70 cents each on eBay. It does come pre-wired with the resistor in here. It's got shrink wrap on it with about an 8-inch set of leads on it. You can get the components cheaper, but this is just quick and fast for me. I'm getting these from a supplier in Michigan. If you get them through the suppliers in China just like this, they're going to be a lot cheaper. You're going to get a bigger bulk. It just depends if you want to order from there. Also, I'm getting the lights in an amber color, warm white, regular white, which is a little more bluish in color, and red, because you can put those on top of towers and bridges and things like that. But these are excellent way to make it cheaper to light up your layout. Now, to get power to these, that's the next step. Because they run on DC, you have to get the power converted out of your transformer to be acceptable for the lighting, so you don't ruin those diodes. And there is a step-down converter you can get off eBay, and this one was $8 shipped. That was free shipping from China. It takes about a week, 10 days at the most to get here to California from China. That's an easy enough wait period. The AC or DC power goes into the step-down converter. It'll take either kind. And then with this little blue component here with the screw on it, you can adjust the voltage down. So this will adjust down to 3 volts. So you bring the AC in right off the transformer, adjust it down to 12 volts. It comes out here, and send this off to your bus, and then spread it out to all your LED lights, and you got clean 12 volt DC power going to them. What's really cheap and free for most people is we've all got a bunch of these wall warts sitting around. You probably have them from answering machines, all kinds of electronic equipment from, you know, the last 15-20 years. This one here is from an old Netgear router from the 90s, and it's a 12 volt output with 12 volt DC output with 1.2 amps of juice in it. So what's great about this thing is I can get, if I max it out, I'd get 60 of these, because these are 20 milliamps each. I'm going to run probably about 50 off of this max. I've got one on my layout right now that's rated up to 1 amp on the 12 volt DC. I've got 35 lights on it now. Probably add just a few more, but I won't go over 40 on those. And it's working out really well. Just cut off the little adapter here and expose the 2 wires, peel them back, and then plug them right into your busway, and that'll light up your all your LEDs. One other thing about these adapters is this is non-regulated, so this is putting out 14 volts. So since I already had bought these and have these on hand, I'm running the wall wart through here, so I get everything down to exactly 12 volts for my LED system. If you have switching adapters, and you can look, it'll say switching adapter on the side of it, then those are already going to come out at 12 volts. You shouldn't have the variance. But you'll have a lot of those. You'll probably have 9 volt, 6 volt, a whole bunch of different array of voltages if you have a box of these like I do. One last thing I want to bring up, actually probably two, is that also if you get into these LEDs, there's nice little creative things that you can find on eBay, and this little light, I don't know if you can see it very well, but this is a light on a post with a lampshade for an exterior building light, and this is, you know, kind of old style, and these really make your buildings look nice and give that realistic appearance. The only downside to them is that they come pre-wired with the resistors on them, and here you can see this. They're pretty fat, so you got to drill a pretty big hole through the side of your building and then fill it in with glue to make up the difference on that gap. but this is another option for you to add more LED lighting and really spruce up your layout. Also, if you just have a temporary layout on the carpet or on the table that you put up and down, and you want to use some temporary buildings and get some lights for that extra appeal and action to it, you can use 9-volt batteries to power these LEDs. And the great thing is you can go down to Radio Shack and get the little 9-volt connectors for the battery and just wire your LEDs straight to them. The only way to turn them off though is plug in and unplug the battery, but of course if it's for a temporary layout, for something very temporary, then that would work just fine. Also, you could put an on and off switch on it. All my LEDs, I've got several toggle switches to turn on and off lights. The kids love to do that with the city structures, turn the lights on and off. So, you know, make sure you add some of those in, because that also adds to the action. Small disclaimer, whenever you're working with these, I can't control your soldering. I can't control what you're plugging in or how you're going to do it. So you got to be really careful, especially if you're putting them in cardstock buildings like I am. Don't ever leave any of this stuff on unattended. You never know if you have any type of short circuit where it could cause some heat or even a spark or fire. Or layouts have lots of paper, product, foam, and things in it. So just be very careful with it, because this is all homebrew and you're doing it on your own, and we all want to be safe. So if you got any questions or comments, please post them below. I'd be happy to answer your questions.